Simply Nutrition, the working man's 10 days to lean Kickstarter. So today's all about nutrition and why it's important and why it benefits you and what aspects we should be looking for to shift the excess fat that we're carrying in most cases. All right, this can be manipulated in reverse strategies as well, i.e. putting weight and size on, but today we are focusing on losing weight. All right. So first things first, the overall aspect of dieting, losing weight, you've got to create a calorie deficit. A calorie is a unit of measurement and determines how much energy is in a given food, because that's what food is basically. It's energy. If you're not using all that energy, it gets stored as fat in his body. So we've got to create a Max, hello. We've got to create a calorie deficit to lose fat. Hiya, Max, you all right, buddy? Every fat loss diet that you have ever seen, anyone at all, you know, you hear all these swanky new diets that come out. I don't know, there's 16-8 or Fast 800 and all these diets that come out. But all they do is create a calorie deficit in one way or another. Some will create a large calorie deficit, so weight will come off easier. Some will create, a shorter calorie deficit, so it'll come off a bit slower. But they all come down to a calorie deficit. Keto, Atkins, fasting, you've heard them all. Cambridge, Caveman, Slimming World, Herbalife, Weight Watchers. All these diets create a calorie deficit. So why do you think the reason these diets exist? The answer is there's a lot of people making a lot of money. Yeah, these diets are put out there. Not always, but a lot of time these diets are promoted because they are creating a financial stream for somebody, and a lot of time it's extreme dieting, and it's not sustainable. Now, some of them you can use as like a tool with it to create a calorie deficit. Stuff like fasting, basically skipping breakfast. If you're skipping breakfast, you're taking calories out of your day. Stuff like Slimming World and Weight Watchers, they create terms and terminology and kind of a dependence on their product. So it's basically it's not giving you all the details. It's not giving, making you aware that all you're doing is creating a calorie deficit. So you stay reliant on them. You stay reliant on their process. Whereas once you get total control, once you have the knowledge to know how to create your own calorie deficit and maintain it, then you'll never need to use another diet again, so to say, because you know how to manage your own diet. Yeah, it's all about creating your own diet around your own lifestyle, and that's what you do once you understand the power of understanding your calories in your food, etc. How does a calorie deficit work? Kind of just touched on it. Calories have two outcomes. They either used to work in the body for daily functions, digestion, walking, even sleeping, breathing, all that stuff your calories are used for. And excess in calories get stored primarily as body fat. Yeah. I'm going to kind of skim through this because it can kind of blind you a little bit. But again, if you've got any questions after, reach out to me. If you consume more calories than you use, you're bound to gain weight no matter what type of diet you're following. So if you're on keto diet, yeah, you're cutting all your carbs out, you're on a keto diet, but you're still eating a calorie surplus, you will still put weight on. There's no magic formula. Yeah. There's people out there that kind of push the ketosis diet as the best way to lose weight. You'll lose weight faster. There's loads of scientific investigations into it, and it's no more efficient than just creating a standard calorie deficit. And by creating a standard calorie deficit, you can have all the foods in your diet that you enjoy. Yeah, just finding a balance. Personally, I don't know about you guys, but the thoughts are not having bread, not having a beer, not having some sweet yogurt or something like that. I can't bear the thought of it. In fact, I tried a keto diet when I was younger because I didn't know any better. And it's just hard work. And that's why these diets ultimately fail, because you can't sustain them. Even if, you know, you might lose some weight initially, but you cannot sustain them. Again, coming back to balance, it's about fitting these diets into your lifestyle. If you're taking stuff away that you don't like consistently, then you're ultimately not going to stick to it. All right. The number of calories you need in a day is determined by several factors: your age, gender, weight, height, physical activity, basal metabolic rate, yeah, your underlying health conditions, body compositions. These all make a difference to how many calories your body burns. Yeah. That's why finding people's energy balance is dependent on that individual. When on one of earlier modules, Richard asked me, he says, to create a calorie deficit, it's 2,500 calories, is it? No, it's different for each individual, and everybody's basal metabolic rate, that's different for everybody. Your total daily energy expenditure, that's different for everybody. So it's independent of the individual, and all these factors make up to what it will be for that person. Calculating your calories. I'm not going to bore you with this too much, but I've just kind of touched on it. This is the formula to create a calorie deficit. A little bit confusing, isn't it? Luckily, inside the app, there's a calorie calculator in there for you that you can use at any time. Yeah. Even more luckier, or because I'm an amazing coach, I've actually worked your calories out for you, and I've put that onto your worksheet, provided you've given me the information that I've been requesting. There are a few formulas for creating a calorie deficit. This one here that I'm showing you, it's a Harris-Benedict formula. First of all, you've got to calculate your basal metabolic rate. Now, your basal metabolic rate, that's basically how much your body burns if you were to if you were basically like comatose and you didn't move all day, just for your standard bodily functions such as digestion and breathing, looking, just the amount of energy your body burns if you don't move in a given day. Your total daily energy expenditure, which we use the BMR to calculate this. This is the amount of calories you burn in a day on any standard day. Yeah, so you're averaging everything out. Say you, it shows you down here at the bottom. If you've got a low active lifestyle, a slightly active lifestyle, moderately active lifestyle, and by putting these together, you can give yourself a really good starting point of where your calorie deficit lies. So your total daily energy expenditure is basically, if you were to eat a certain amount, I don't know, for example, 2,500, your weight would stay the same. Yeah, if your TDEE, total daily energy expenditure, were 2,500 and you eat 2,500 calories per day, your weight will stay the same. Yeah. Now, if it's recommended to lose weight, that you knock 500 calories off your total daily energy expenditure. And your total daily energy expenditure includes everything: how much your exercise, your walking, your BMR, your basal metabolic rate. It includes all them. So don't think that, I've got my TDEE, my total daily energy expenditure. It's 2,500. But I've done a workout today, so I can get away with an extra 500. It's already included, and I'll come on to it a bit more with MyFitnessPal in a bit, because sometimes that can cause confusion, because it wants to include like your steps and your workouts and stuff when it's already included in the calculation that I've given you. Yeah. So I don't want anybody getting confused with that and thinking, right, I've done a workout, I've done a run, I can eat more calories. It's already calculated in the formula. Hope that makes sense, guys. It's a bit confusing, but like I said, I've now put your calorie targets into your worksheets, so you should know exactly what calorie target you need to be hitting each individual day. Yeah. Now, a good way of looking at it, how to spend your calories. Yeah. Imagine your calories like your bank balance. Yeah. And give yourself a budget for each day. I've given you your budget for each day and I've put it into your worksheets. Yeah. So it could be, it's ranging, it's depending on individual, it's ranging from 1800 up to 3000 calories. You basically decide how you spend these calories every day. What is the most important aspect for you guys losing weight is that you do not go over these calories. Yeah. As long as you stay within these calories, you will get the results you want. Yeah. And I don't recommend going well below the calories, because what will happen is the weight might come off a little bit too fast, but what will happen is you'll hit a plateau maybe, and then you've got nothing, you've got no wiggle room, you've got nothing to play with then, because you've gone too low on your calories. So you can only do extra exercise and keep going in that direction. This is why we think of the long-term plan, because if you want the weight to just drop off, you're going to kind of ruin your metabolism and slow everything down, because when you're in a calorie deficit, we aren't going too much into it, aspects start shutting down in your body. It starts putting contingencies and you can automatically get a little bit lazy. You stop fidgeting as much and stuff like this. And yeah, I'm going off track here, but yeah, try and stick to the calories that I've suggested. Yeah, don't go well below it. You don't want to crash and burn with your hunger. You want to be getting the nutrients that you need so you're energized, and you want to give yourself some wiggle room in the long term. All right. If you ever spend one day, then you have to pay it back the day after. So, for example, if your calories are set at 2000, you spend 2200. Yeah, 1800 next day. Average it out over the week. Yeah, see how simple that is. Yeah, just because you've gone over it one day, it don't mean your diet's busted. Yeah, it means even if you go 200 over it, you're still in a small calorie deficit, just not as much as you would have been. But if you want to stay on track, you just reduce them the day after. You're not even above your maintenance calories. So just stuff to bear in mind. Similarly, if you have a big breakfast, you'll have to pull it back for lunch. Yeah. So if you have a breakfast that's 1000 calories, then you're going to have to consider, lowering your calories for lunch, lowering your calories for dinner as well. Hope that makes sense, guys. A good strategy I like to use, or strategy as it says there, a good strategy I like to use, and I mentioned this on a post other days, I like to eat small in the morning and eat bigger as the day goes on, because that way you've always got something to look forward to. You've got a nice big dinner to look forward to at the end of the day, so you're not going to be going to bed hungry. Yeah, and it's good to save a snack for before bed. I like to have a protein shake, and a lot of my guys do. Some people like to have a protein bar or something like that. It's nice to save some calories for before bed, so you're never going to bed hungry. If you don't spend them before bed, you've got them for the day after then. All right. Another thing that you don't mention on here, but I want to make sure that I get into this, is about calorie banking. About having high calorie days. So if your calories are set at 2000, for example, but you want to have a higher calorie day that you can use at the weekend for whatever you want to use it for, you might want to have that day as a day that you have pizza, or go out for something with the wife, missus, or you're going to be having some beers on that day. What you can do is, the target that I've given you is reduce it by another 200 calories per day. So, for example, if it's set at 2000 calories per day, reduce it 200 calories to 1800 calories a day, and then by the weekend you've got an extra 1200 calories to spend on any given day. Yeah. So you're going to have your 2000 plus another 1200, giving you 3200 calories to use on that day. It's a useful tool that I implement strongly inside my program, and I would urge you to do the same too, rather than over restricting, because it's nice to have something to look forward to at weekend, and it's good for your mental health to be able to kind of just splurge a little bit within the constraints of your calorie target. So you can do it with the peace of mind but you're still going to be losing weight. Yeah, if you're getting a bit of weight day after, it's food weight, but over the week, it's going to drop again. You're going to be on the right track. Yeah, it's giving you total control and total clarity, and you're still able to have the foods that you enjoy. Hope that makes sense. Max, are you still on with me? So let's plan your day. So for example, if you've got 2,000 calories, yeah, breakfast could have 350 calories. There's a lot of breakfast you can have with 350 calories. I personally like my porridge. Some people might like Greek yogurt with some fruit, and some people might like an omelette. All these things fit into a breakfast for 350 calories. Yeah, whole high in protein. Notice that. Yeah, I'm going to go over protein in a minute, but there's always an importance on getting your protein in as well. Lunch, 500 calories. Notice how the meals are getting bigger as the day goes on. Yeah, as you get more active as the day goes on, you need more fuel, you need more nutrients, you need to be more alert, you need to be thinking better. Dinner, 800 calories. Nice big dinner to finish the day off. Yeah, and then some snacks in there as well. Even when you want. 350 calories, you can have a protein bar and a banana in there, and maybe a Baby Bell Light. These are nice little snacks, you know, if you're a grazer, but you can have through the day if them hunger pings start kicking in, yeah? Or something that you can save for last thing at night, so you know you've got something to go to bed on, yeah? Stuff like the milk in your coffee as well, you can factor that into the milk if you're having, you know, a lot of teas and milks, because the calories, whilst not... it might not add up to a lot, but it might add up to 100, 150 with your milk and your coffees and stuff like that. So just consider that in your snacks as well. Protein yogurts, brilliant. 100 calories, 20 grams of protein. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. Add all this up, you've got your 2,000 calories, you're in a calorie deficit. Notice how regular you're going to be eating. You're going to be eating plenty, and that's just off 2,000 calories, yeah? And over next page, I'm going to be giving you, like, you know, what you should be looking for, what you're putting into these meals as well. So, how do you know how many calories are in your food? Oh, some of you might have already seen it before, but MyFitnessPal. Now, some people may think, oh, but it's a pain tracking your calories all the time. Once you get into a routine, you don't have to use this all the time. If you know what you're going to be having each day, then it's going to basically be the same each day, isn't it? You know, if you plan your meals for the week, yeah. Now it doesn't have to be somewhat complicated, like a, you know, world's best recipe or all like that. You can have very simple meals, and what I like to do is basically same thing for breakfast. Yeah, every day. I prep my lunches. Yeah, so I always know what I'm having for my lunch. And I've got them ready to go in the fridge. If you're working at work, you know, you might, if you're on an outdoor job and you ain't got access to that, you might be making cold wraps or stuff like that. If you're in an office and you're gonna have stuff you can just right microwave and make. But it's just, you might have to track for a week or two, or just to get clarity on what you're going to have for each meal initially. Yeah. So for example, if you're going to have porridge, a bit of peanut butter and half a scoop of whey protein for your breakfast. I'm just making an example here. Put it into MyFitnessPal so you know you're hitting the calorie target. Yeah. You can search basically any food you want in this MyFitnessPal. It's a free app. It's completely free. And then it'll tell you exactly how much protein's in the meal that you've put in and how many calories. So you know exactly what is in each meal. And when I come to end, this is what we're going to be doing, just so we know exactly what we're having at each meal. So it fits around you and your lifestyle. Like I say, you might have to do this initially just to get it. It's a really, really powerful tool, this, in the respect it just gives you power to know what calorie. It makes you so aware of what calories are in your foods. So once you've learned this, once you've learned the power of calories and you know, knowing if you consume too many calories, then you will put weight on. It's so powerful moving forward, and it makes you so aware. When you do start overeating, you know exactly why, and you know exactly what's going on. It's because you're above your energy balance, and by getting to grips with this, it'll educate you so much on like calories that are in certain foods, you know, that might surprise you, and better still as well. You know, I've mentioned about the high calorie days that I suggest that you have, that you factor in for weekend. Stuff like, I don't know, a Domino's pizza or a McDonald's, a KFC that you might decide to have at weekend. They're all trackable in here. You know exactly what calories are in the foods that they're selling. So it just makes you aware of everything that you're consuming. And we are what we eat at the end of the day. So we should all be aware of what we're eating and what effect it's going to have on our body. Hope that makes sense. So if you're not sure how many calories are in your food, a lot of foods will have the calories on the label at the back. It's kcal, yeah, KCAL. It'll tell you how many calories. But if you're not sure, say you've got 200 grams of chicken breast, you can just put 200 grams of chicken breast into the tracker, and it'll tell you how many calories and how much protein is in it. All right. Don't use MyFitnessPal. Don't use the suggested calories that it gives you, because people get led astray with this sometimes, in the fact that it wants to track workouts and steps and stuff like that, and it puts your calories up. So remember to stick to the guidelines that I have set you. Yeah, don't go getting carried away with this and thinking you can have more. Don't forget your protein. So why is protein important? It reduces appetite and hunger levels. Yeah, it stays in the digestive system for longer, so you're not feeling hungry all the time, which is important when you're in a calorie deficit. You don't want to be feeling hungry all the time, because that's when you crash and burn and end up putting all the weight back on. It increases muscle mass and strength. You're going to be training resistance training now. I've explained how important resistance training is for body recomposition. Protein is the fuel for your muscles. Yeah, it's what helps the muscles repair and build. Yeah, so it's important for that. It's good for your bones. You know what I said about bone density? Again, getting your protein is good for your bones. Reduces cravings and desire for late night snacking. Yeah, because you're not hungry all the time, because you're well satiated, because it's still going through your system. You don't feel that need to snack all the time and graze. Boosts metabolism and increases fat burning. Your body's turning into a calorie burning machine because you're doing resistance training, you're getting your water in, and you're getting your protein in. Lowers your blood pressure. It's important, isn't it? And helps maintain weight loss. I've kind of covered that anyway, but it's important to get your protein in, guys. Along with your calorie targets, I've also set you a protein target for each individual day. Now, the protein, the recommended protein intake is between 1.2 grams and 2 grams per kilogram. I've set you guys around 1.5, which is kind of on the low side. It's something that can be improved on. Some of you guys have got it a little bit higher for various reasons, but yeah, your protein target is secondary to your calories, and your protein has got to fit into your calorie target as well. So obviously you've got your calorie target that you need to hit. Don't think that you can be having milkshakes on top of your calorie target because it's protein. It's got to fit within the calorie target as well. So when we're working these meals out, when you're working these meals out on your worksheet, you need to be looking at how you're going to be putting protein into each meal as well, because you're all doing resistance training and you all need protein for your recovery and to increase lean muscle or increase muscle. All right. Well, that makes sense. Oops. Carbs and fats are not bad. Not bad at all. There's a lot of no carbs before marbs and all that shite. It's basically a load of shite. Your body needs carbs, especially when you're doing training and exercise. Yeah, your body uses it. Your muscles use carbohydrates. So yeah, we want carbs in as diet, and you'll be getting it from your veggies, from your fruit. You also get it from stuff that people always seem to want to avoid, like your rice, potatoes, pasta and stuff like that. We don't have to avoid it. We just need to manage how much we're putting on there. I recommend every plate of food that you have should have some form of carbohydrate in there. Yeah, if it's breakfast, it should be fruit or porridge oats or vegetables. If it's lunch, it should be a couple of different kinds of vegetables. Include maybe some rice or some potato. Get same for tea. All right, so we need as carbs in there. They are the body's preferred energy source and fuel vital organs, including brain, central nervous system, and kidneys. Yeah. You ever get brain fog and stuff like that? You're not getting some good, nutritious carbs in your diet. Fats. A small amount of fat is an essential part of healthy, balanced diet. So it's a form of fatty acids which the body cannot make itself. It helps your body absorb vitamins and minerals. All these fresh veggies and fruit that you're going to be taking on board, it helps your body absorb the nutrients from these foods, and ultimately makes you feel better. And again, you need fat in your diet even when you're dieting. Yeah, so yeah, don't avoid fats. Don't avoid carbs. We need them. We make sure we get his calories on point. We make sure we got protein within, and then within his diet, and then we just fill rest with carbs and fats. Now, selection of carbs is important because stuff like broccoli, sweet corn, and foods like this are all really low in calories. So you can top a meal up with these. Potatoes, pasta, rice, a bit higher in calories. So you have to be, you just have to manage how much you put in on your plate or into your preps. The fats, they're good for us, but nuts and seeds and stuff like that, they are high in calories. So again, we just need to manage how much we're having. All right. Same way, what's the fruit called? Avocado, full of good fats. Eggs, full of good fats. Eggs are low in calories as well, anyway. For protein content, are great. Avocado, really good for you. Good for digestive system. Full of good fats, healthy fats that help your digestive system and stuff like that. Also high in calories, so it's just something to keep an eye on. All right. Veggies and fruits, full of important vitamins and minerals. Let me just see if anybody's commenting in the group or out like that. Bear with me, I'll come back. Nope, you're all busy at work or whatnot. So let me just come back to this. Yeah, fruit and veggies are your best friend when you're in a calorie deficit because of what I've listed here, basically. Full of important vitamins and minerals. The stuff that makes your body function, the stuff that makes what your body needs. Low in calories, especially vegetables. There's a lot of veggies, green beans, broccoli, I don't know, baby sweet corns, sugar snaps, so low in calories, and they help, and they're tasty. They're really tasty, and they help, fill a plate as well. So use this to your advantage. Fill your plate up with veggies, so you're feeling full. Yeah, you're getting your fiber in as well. Yeah, lots of fiber in your veggies. That's important. Low in cholesterol, quick and easy. Yeah, it takes 10 minutes to boil a pan of vegetables to add to your meal preps. Bit of salt and pepper, and you're laughing. Bit of flavour, you know. It's so easy to do, and sometimes with meal planning, it's made meal prepping and stuff like that. It's kind of made a bit. It's overcomplicated sometimes when it doesn't have to be overcomplicated. Choose a meat that you like. If you like salmon, if you like chicken, if you like, you know, choose a meat that you like that's high in protein. It's your protein target, and fits in your calories. Add a flavoursome carb that you like, whether it be potatoes. Mix it up from time to time. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, some rice. Don't matter what colour of your rice. You know, a bit of pasta, some veggies in there. You know, top it up with some veggies, some veggies that you like, and you're absolutely laughing. Fruit, not as low in calories because there's a bit more sugar in it, but still plenty of vitamins and minerals in there. I mean, you can see apples here. I love apples personally. But just try and mix them up from time to time, so you're getting the different vitamins, different, you know, benefits of different fruits. They really are your best friend, and when you're consistent with them, they will make you feel good. All right. Hydration. I think I might have mentioned this once or twice already. If you take one thing from this program, it's to get more bloody water in, guys. It's nearly everybody's sheet. I've noted that your water is really low, and you're missing out on so many benefits because of that. Yeah. So you know, when you're getting joint pain and lower back problems and stuff like that, when you're not getting enough water in, it's not getting to these joints, and it can cause pain. Yeah. It lubricates your joints, so that's another reason to make sure you're getting plenty of water in. Yeah. The discs in your spine are all lubricated with water. If we're not getting adequate water in through the day, every single day, then you're robbing your body of these of what it needs and what it wants. So get water in for that reason. Boost skin health and beauty. You know, sometimes you might go out for some beers, you might overdo it, and all next day and days after, your skin, you feel like shit anyway. But your skin feels like shit as well. It's because you're dehydrated, and your skin feels that as well. If you're getting plenty of water in it, it's so good for your skin, and it just helps you radiate health, basically. I had a guy who came onto the program. He started just before Christmas, but because of Christmas and whatnot, it got going properly in January. And I saw him at the beginning of January just to kind of get him back on track, so we know, you know, so I knew what he was doing. And then I spoke to him just a couple of days ago, and just a different person. The guy's just glowing, and that's because he's obviously he's doing his exercise, he's getting his hitting his calorie target. But the water makes such a difference. Cushions of brain, spinal cord, and other sensitive tissues. Brain fog. Again, you know, when you can't think straight, when you can't concentrate on the task that you're doing, you're not getting enough water in. Try that. Go to your water first. Again, same guy who I've just been talking about, it was mentioned to him how much alert he seemed at work. Imagine how that must feel. It must be, you know, when people start noticing how alert you are and in your work environment. It's going to give not just confidence, but just a booster and realize what you've been missing out on. But regulates body temperature and boosts performance during exercise. Yeah, make sure you're well hydrated before exercise. If you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated. You should be hydrating all day long. Yeah, and you will notice with your workouts as well. Sometimes I speak to people, and before they come onto the program, or going to the gym and they just can't be asked, they don't feel it, they're feeling lethargic. Water's one of the main reasons. You're not getting enough water in. All right. The digestive system depends on water. Yeah, you know, when you have that pint of water on a morning, it wakes everything up. It gets everything working. Helps maintain blood pressure. If you're dehydrated, it can thicken the blood. Yeah. So make sure you're well hydrated, and you can literally reduce blood pressure and can promote weight loss. We know that already. It often first can be mistaken as hunger. Yeah, sometimes you think you're hungry, you're not. You're just dehydrated and you're thirsty, and it's your brain playing tricks on you. So again, get your water in, guys. Good sources of protein, carbs and fats. I'll just quickly skim over this because you should have seen this inside the app as well. But you've got all the usuals: steak, chicken, pork loin, and then there's some, you know, a bit fancier stuff there like buffalo and pheasant, etc. There's all your seafoods, I mean, any fish basically, any meat. You've got your eggs, and then for your carbs you've got your fruits. You've got your veggies. For your fats you've got your seeds, etc. I just wanted to give you some other good sources of protein that I like to use as well with my guys. It works really well, and it's not touched on that. But your yogurts, you know, if you've got a sweet tooth as well, and you want to get high protein, low calorie snack in there, yogurts are really, really good. Greek yogurt is widely used in bodybuilding circles. It's nice with a bit of honey on, I find, and it's nice. I love it with art. So Greek yogurt is fantastic. You can have full fat or low fat depending on your calorie target, but they're both high in protein. With high fat, you get the added benefits of some extra useful fats in there. And you've got Quark that's just come on the scene recently. And you'll see all, you know, like these Arla protein yogurts and Kavag protein yogurts, they're all a form of quark, very similar to Greek yogurt. It's just, honestly, it's a godsend, is Quark. It comes in all different flavors. It's really high in protein. It's higher than Greek yogurt, and it's really low calories as well. These are great options for snacks, guys. These are what I'm telling you here. Whey protein powder. Whey protein powder is exactly, it's a supplement. Yeah, if you can't get enough protein in your, hi Richard, thank you for joining us. Yeah, if you can't get enough protein in your diet through foods, etc. Hi Richard, I'll come to any questions in a minute, mate. I'm just kind of in full flow. All right, bud. Yeah, whey protein, if you can't get enough protein into your diet within your calories, then a whey protein powder drink is a good option to have. I use it, and it's widely used, and it's a really good option. It's cheap, it's effective, it tastes good, it's a sweet treat. There's not to like. I have mine. I have a little bit in my porridge on a morning. And I have one before bed as well. It just settles my stomach before bed, so I'm never going to bed hungry. Even in the later stages of when, you know, I'm cutting and I've been in a calorie deficit for a while, I always go to bed with something in my stomach. And you can too. You don't have to go to bed hungry. Cottage cheese, another favourite of mine. Low calories, high in casein protein, which means it's slow digesting protein. So again, makes you feel fuller for longer. Babybel Lights, 50 calories per Babybel Light and 5 grams of protein in each. They're fantastic, absolutely fantastic if you like cheese. Protein bars. Just go steady with protein bars. They can be quite calorie thick, but again, they serve a purpose. And you know, if you're working outdoors and stuff like that, they're really handy. Or if you're out for a day and you're not going to be able to take any meal prep with you, take a protein bar, a piece of fruit. You've got yourself a little meal there. Nuts, high in protein, high in fats, high in calories as well. So just be careful with them. A personal favourite of mine that I always recommend for meal preps, if you've got access to a microwave, Heck chicken sausages. Sometimes the stuff like chicken can be a little bit, can get a bit boring, to be honest. Heck chicken sausages, the high in protein, the low in calories, yeah, and the taste really good. So add them with a bit of veg, some carbs of your choice, and you're good to go, mate, with some with your meal preps. Are absolutely fantastic. So yeah, just a few options and suggestions on what we use inside the masterclass. Meal prepping. Just yeah, I can't recommend meal prepping enough. Yeah, people think it's an hassle. Once I've done it a few times, they wonder what the hell they were playing at not doing it. It's so important, and it's got so many benefits. It saves you time. Yeah, so it might take you 20 minutes, half an hour to make your meals on a Sunday night, for example, whenever you decide that you're going to do them. And then you ain't got to think about it for the rest of the week or for the next 4 days. It's there. You just take it to work or whatever. Or if you work from home, you've got it. You just go to the kitchen, stick it in the microwave, and you're good to go. You might have a nice protein yogurt for your dessert, and that's like a really high calorie lunch that you've had there. It saves time. You know exactly what you're eating. Yeah. So once you put it into your MyFitnessPal ones, you know exactly what calories are in it, are going to be in it for the rest of the week. So again, you're not guessing, and you know exactly what you're having from day to day. Saves you money. It's cheap and cheerful, and it tastes nice as well. Stops temptation to buy quick takeaway options. You've got your food there. If anybody's like me, once you've got your food, man, you're not going to be seeking something else, because you know you've got something ready. You know you've got something made. Why waste that food? You're going to eat it. You're going to want to eat it. Yeah, I forgot to change the rest of that. Protein bars. Yeah, didn't change that. Apologies for that, guys. Yeah, stops temptation to get takeaway options. I feel like I've missed something there. Yeah, just kind of look at how simple these like pictures are here as well. There's nothing groundbreaking here. You don't have to be a master chef. It's simple. Throw 5 chicken breasts in an oven, throw your veg in a pan, and you've got your food for a week. Yeah. Bloody hell, what am I going to say then? Yeah, that were it. Just using me as an example. I usually prep for 4 days. I find out over 4 days, 5th days, sometimes your meat can start drying out a bit. So just something to try and bear in mind. 4 days is usually absolutely fine. Yeah, and I ain't died of food poisoning yet, so if you're worried about that. How much weight can I safely lose in a week? Right, guys, this is so for sustainable and safe weight loss, it says advisable for losing about 1 to 2 pounds per week. This usually drops quicker in the first few weeks. It always drops quicker in the first few weeks if we've got your calorie balance right, because you have what's called the whoosh effect in the body, where all the you lose a lot of water weight and toxins and stuff like that. So usually drop in first few weeks. And then you're looking for around 1 to 2 pounds. But this is different for each individual. Obviously, if you're you know around the 25 stone weight, then weight's going to come off a lot quicker, and you want it to come off a lot quicker in the initial periods until you get to a level where you know it's not putting any excess strains on your body that you want to avoid. So you know it is a good, if you are coming from a higher weight, it is good to lose weight quicker. This is the average, like I said, and this is kind of why we reduce the calories by the amount we do. 500 to 1,000 calories below your maintenance, your total daily energy expenditure, which I've discussed earlier, Richard, if you missed that. Along with losing weight, you know, it's good. We all want to lose something, but we all want to lose the fat around his belly. But it's important to make sure to eat healthy. This is why we're going over this, to get your exercise in and to get enough sleep, manage your stress, and drink plenty of water for overall health. Yeah, losing weight's not the be all and end all if we're not doing it right, guys. So that's why we're putting these things in place, so we're doing it right, and we're thinking long term, and we want a long term sustainable plan. Just coming back to the calories and how we work the calories out. It's not an exact science sometimes. So, you know, sometimes we set this target and the body might not be responding as well as we'd like, i.e. losing weight as quick as we'd like. So you have to just look at reducing it by another 200 calories or so. But if weight is coming off consistently, then there's no need to start lowering your calories and changing things. You've got to give yourself some wiggle room.